Hi, thank you for joining us. This is Lorraine Carroll, and we're on Lori Live. Oh, I'm so humbled and I'm so excited that I'm in your living room or I'm on your phone. I'm grateful to have this show so I can be able to reach out to my audience and share with them the mission that I have for Lori Live. Lori Live was a personal mission to leave an emotional legacy for my three daughters. Also, I have another mission to inspire and motivate and empower women and girls. I want to also, first of all, I want to start off with this. I want to say that we are in other states across the U.S. We are not just in California, which I love my California girls. And we are now in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh my God, I got the nicest email and the nicest comment from a woman from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for your question and your comment. And yes, we will be doing that topic on grandparenting real soon. Next is that we also are reaching Virginia. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to go out there and visit that state. I had the nicest lady give me the most nicest compliment about how the gratitude list changed for her. Three, North Carolina, beautiful state. I had the nicest connection with the woman out there by the name of Wendy. Beautiful, nice hearted woman. Number four, Texas. My heart and my prayers go out to you, but I'm so grateful that you in Texas are listening to me and watching my show. And my last but not least, my Chicago fans. I love you guys out there. I can't wait to go see you next month. I cannot wait to go. I know where I need to set a date, but I've already connected out there with Chicago, and we're going to go out there and we're going to do a Lori Live show there live. Thank you so much, United States. I can't wait to conquer all the states because I want Lori Live to go out there to inspire and motivate and uplift and empower the women across the U.S. So let's get started with Lori Live. Why not do that? We're going to do, first of all, we're going to do our gratitude list. I hope everybody out there is doing 10 lists of gratitude and also 5 vibes of love every day. You don't need to write them down. You just need to say them to yourself and feel them. There's a woman that's in Chicago by the name of Jeananne Duarte. I don't know if I should say your last name, sorry honey. But anyway, she sent me an email and she also connected with me and made a comment that she posted her gratitude list and her love vibes out on Facebook. I was really touched by that. And everything she said was genuine. I could feel that. Let's start off. First of all, we're going to do our gratitude list. We're going to do our love vibes, only one love vibe. And I'm going to add something. We're going to do an act of kindness. Yes. Hello, Lorraine. What is that? Are you going to add more homework? Honey, it is not homework. It is something that's going to empower you and it's going to change society and we're going to make a change, women. Let's start this. After we do our act of kindness, or we're going to talk about that, I'm going to go over the listing of, and my first topic, dressing for success. After that, I'm going to make some shout outs. I'm going to close out, and that will be our show. So let's get started here with Lori Live. Thank you once again. Let's come down, let's get this situated, and let's move. The gratitude list, I'm going to only give 2 items. Number 1, I'm very grateful that I have the ability to read. I can read and open up my imagination and create through the author's writing. I usually personally read a non-fictional of somebody who I believe that their life mattered and they did so good for society. So I choose those books to read how and see how somebody was able to tick and what they did to improve the lives of their life and others surrounding them. That's me. Number 2, I'm grateful for the ability to love and forgive. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I needed to do that almost every day for this week by being grateful that I can love somebody even though we're not family and be able to forgive somebody. I have the ability to do that. Hello. That was a little tough there for me. Love vibes. I usually do 5 per day. I send love to people who have either hurt me or did something to me that was not fair. So this one, I'm going to send a love vibe, and I'm closing my eyes and I'm touching my heart because I mean this. I am sending love vibes to people who are passive aggressive that have came in my way. Very hard to swallow, but that's something that I needed to do. So I'm sending you love vibes. I'm sending you love vibes. I'm sending you love vibes. Please feel that. Now, the next thing I want to share with you, we do our love vibes and we do our gratitude list, and that's something that we do for ourselves, and we do it in our heart. We may do it with our eyes closed. We might drive and we might say them. We might type them out. But this thing that I'm going to share with you, it's going to be called an act of kindness. If I'm doing an act of kindness, I'm physically doing something to show somebody an act of kindness. Hello. Okay, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make sense. But let me show you and let me tell you what I did. Maybe you will get it. I want to be able to give love out to people, not just by saying it to myself, but to show them with small acts of kindness. What I did today, I usually go to the gas station almost like every 3 days. I was there a couple of days ago, and there was a gentleman buying a lot of waters because it was warm. He was having a hard time grabbing the money from his wallet and putting it up on the cashier's desk because he had his hands full. So you know what I did? This act of kindness just came to my head. I offered the cashier $10. I said, "Ma'am, could you please take care of this man's water?" She kind of didn't understand me because I guess it's hard to believe that people can be kind. She says, "What do you mean? Do you want me to pay for that?" "Yeah, lady, I gave you $10. I got to calm down. Give you $10. Can you please pay for his waters and the little snacks he had?" The man was like, turned around. "Oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate it." He was just very thankful that I did that for him. It's just an act of kindness. I didn't want anything back. I went to my car because I had already did what I had to do at the cashier's. So when I actually went to my car, I forgot to do something, so I had to go back into the gas station and go buy something else. And you know what? He actually walked out and waved. "Thank you, ma'am. That was real nice of you." I said, "Sure, sir." The cashier told me when I walked in that that same gentleman bought the lady behind him a cup of coffee. That's exactly how I see this. It's a rippling effect of a positive thing that was done. We always talk about the crappy negative, but listen, if we can do an act of kindness as a positive thing, that rippling effect works. I did this. I am honored to say that it worked, and I'm so happy. Maybe it's not a money thing. Maybe you're walking in and you're actually not happy because not that you're not happy, you just don't have money, and you just walking, say you're walking your dog, and there's another person walking their dog, and you turn around and you smile. "Hello, sir, good day." "Hello, ma'am, good day." Right there, that's an act of kindness. If we can do that every day, that person that you said hi to is going to say hi to somebody else. It's the rippling effect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm living proof that it happened, not once but twice. But if you do that every day, we can change this world slowly. We can change it out in Atlanta. We can change it out in California. We can change it out in Virginia, North Carolina, Texas, everywhere that we go. Chicago, we can change that. But if we do a little act of kindness, I know I get excited. And I say this because I get excited because it worked. It worked, and I saw the rippling effect of a positive thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. After all that excitement, I want to get now to dressing for success. Why is that important? I want to make sure that we all know dressing for success isn't just for business. It's not just for an interview, but it could be also for other things such as a networking event. You're going to a formal dinner business party, or you have a new client for you business owners, or you're meeting a new family member. Hey, I remember meeting my in-laws for the first time and them meeting me. That's a time where we need to dress for success, or when we go to church. Little things like that. Or if we're just going to get together with our group of girlfriends. You know how that is, ladies. We all together, we're all dressed nice, and we're all excited to be with each other. Women, we love to look at what the other women wear. It's not a bad thing. It's just a girl thing. So let's get started with that. I have a quote that I need to share with you. Your first impression is always your lasting impression. Now let's take a step back. I remember when I first met my in-laws. My first impression of how I looked to them meant a big thing. I get it because I'm a mother. I want to make sure that my children have a respectable person coming to the house that dressed for success in that environment. It goes the opposite way too. Also too, if I'm in an interview for business or if I have a client, I need to make sure that I'm dressing for success and I use business attire. If I'm going to church, I'm not going to wear business attire, but I'm going to dress for success. I'm going to wear the appropriate clothing to go to church. Hello. If I'm around my friends, I'm still dressing for success. I'm not wearing a suit. Maybe if my friends all wear suits, that I would wear a suit. But if I'm hanging out with my friends that we like to go to the show, I'm still dressing for success, but I'm going to dress according to that theme. I might wear some nice jeans with some nice heels, something, but I'm still dressing for success. It doesn't mean business. It just means that we are looking appropriate and we're looking very well. Now, for dressing for success, I'm going to take one category and I'm going to choose business attire. Why? Well, because most of us do go on a job interview. Some of us do business. Some of us have their own business company. I want to just share out the business side of it, but we can also use it in other areas of your life. So I also have, I actually did some research here on 8 reasons why you need a dress for success. 8 reasons. I'm going to share that with you. Number one reason why we need to dress for success. Because science says so. Scientific proven fact. There's a study by I can't pronounce these names, I'm so sorry. Lefkowitz, Blake, and Mouton, back in 1955, did a study in theory that proved business suits portray a form of authority. Hello, makes sense. I get that. That's a no-brainer. But science proves that. If you're standing next to somebody with white pants, tennis shoes, and a shirt versus somebody that has a suit, where do you feel the authority figure? Where do you feel that there's some kind of power? It's a good positive power. Where do you feel that? Science proved that businesses portray a form of authority. Number 2, first impressions count. Hello, when I first met my mother-in-law, that first impression meant something. When I first met my first employee, that impression meant something to me. So your first impressions count. Hello, we just said that. Your first impressions are your lasting impression. Number 3, promotes self-respect. You will undoubtedly radiate an image of self-respect and self-worth. That calms me to know that. Because if I'm dressing for success in my business attire, because I'm doing that, I'm choosing to do business, that I will have self-respect and self-worth. That's what it appears and that's what it shows up. But you internalize that too as well. Number 4, dang, this is good. It boosts your self-confidence. I'm wearing my business attire. I'm wearing a suit. My colors. I'm looking good. The confidence is coming out. My first impression is great. But it boosts my confidence, which our attitudes and self-confidence leading us to try our very best in turns which will bring results. If I know I'm dressing really good and I'm doing everything with the suit on because I have the confidence, I will in turn bring the results. I'm not just going to think, oh my God, I want all these results. I want to do this stuff. No, the results come to me. I love that. That's great. When I was doing some research on this, I really liked what I was reading because I never really understood why I did the things I did. But it all makes sense. I followed my mentor, watched how they dressed, watched how they talked, and watched even the colors that they wore. It made sense to me. The next one is, It's a step towards overall self-improvement. I love that one. God, this is just so good. As your confidence grows, along with the self-perception, you may just open a gateway to some lifestyle changes. People may start treating you differently, positively differently, because they notice something about you has changed. I went from a nursing, because I was a nurse for many years, I was in scrubs and tennies or nursing shoes. And then I went into the marketing part of the hospital. Man, I was in suits. I was cut up. I looked good. Now people looked at me in a different way. Wow, your lifestyle changed. Think about that. People may start treating you differently because they notice something about you have that has changed. There's nothing bad in that. Change is good. I love it. It was a positive change. The next one, number 7, will be it will keep you productive. Let's think about that. When you dress to impress, let's say business suit, going out in business, you look well, hello, you feel good, double hello, and you will become more motivated to get things done and in turn be more productive. Oh my God, my husband is the king of this. I remember when I would come home from work with my suit on, he said that I had a different attitude about who I was. I was getting things done. And I haven't even taken out my clothes to get changed for home. And I remember him making this little comment that I had a different way about myself, but I was more stern. I was more on top of things, and I got stuff done. And you know what? That is so true. So everything that I'm sharing with you, I am living proof that this has worked. Number 8, it shows attention to detail. If you take pride in how you look, then you will also take pride in your work. You do. It also demonstrates that you can stand behind your work, which could give you an edge in any job opportunity. Dang. This was really, really good. I'm glad I chose this subject because I like to know why I'm doing this stuff. And this is just stuff that makes me feel good, makes us all feel good. Just the clothing that we wear can change our productivity, change our self-confidence, promotes self-respect, gives a great impression, overall self-improvement, and it keeps us productive. Wow. Heavy stuff, but I love it. Now, since I'm a business owner and I do a lot of business, I'm going to talk about business attire. There's other types of attire, such as casual attire, business casual, lingerie, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to choose today, right now, business attire. So let's break it down. I know that, and excuse me, with business attire and in our lifestyle, ladies, we must invest money in a great suit. Period. I've only had one suit. I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I had one suit that was my funeral suit, that was my court suit when I had to go to court. 3, that was my wedding suit. Oh my God, how embarrassing! My only interview suit. But when I went into the marketing part of business, I needed to wear suits. So I needed to invest money in a great suit. So let's shop smart at this. When we shop smart, excuse me, we need to look at sales. Sales are great. We all would love to buy suits off the rack, fresh for us, but there's times when we have limited money. Number 2, buying pieces that are versatile. That makes sense because we can alternate things around. Let's take a look at our current wardrobe and find pieces to wear to work. Then shop for fillers. That's common. We're getting down to nitty-gritty here. We're going to be buying the basic essentials. So if you're starting to develop and create your own business attire or start getting your suits together, this is the basics. Buy essentials. A black skirt, a white blouse, leg pants. The leg pants, we should always have a pair of gray, black, or tan. These are essentials. Closed toe pumps, black is preferable. An elegant handbag. We need a little bag to look feminine. If we're in our suit and we're looking really good and we have a little handbag, it has a complete photo there. These are the essentials. I like to get a little basic black bag because I can put everything in it pretty much. It doesn't get that dirty and I could use it with anything. Black pretty much goes with anything. Now, if we're specifically talking about suits, pantsuits, or a skirt with a matching jacket, that looks tough. Yes, it's nice to have a plaited skirt with a solid color of a jacket, but if we're doing business attire, if we're sitting around a boardroom giving a presentation, or we're sitting across with an interview, or if we're sitting with the client that we're trying to discuss our skills with or our services, we need to have pants or a skirt with a matching jacket. Our shirts. I didn't get this one, but now that I think about it, it makes sense. A cotton shirt, long sleeve. I'm kind of hot. I don't want to wear a long sleeve. Quiet, Lorraine, because when you take off your jacket and you have a long sleeve cotton blouse on underneath your jacket, it looks very professional. It doesn't show your arms. I love that. I get that. Because when I have some people coming to my office wanting to be hired for work, I'm looking them up and down because I want to make sure that they represent myself, represent my company in a professional looking manner. I get it now. Blouses should always be button up or turtlenecks. Have you seen this? I think this is the most classiest thing that I've ever seen a woman wear. A beautiful coat, a beautiful coat jacket, say black or brown, with a turtleneck. Oh, I just think that's so. It reminds me of walking in New York Park when it's cold and it's wintertime and you have gloves. It just looks so classy. I better tone it down because I just get so excited when I can see myself walking in those clothes. Oh, I love it. The color should always be neutral. So if we have a black or a brown, it just looks neutral. It looks very classy in a professional business setting. This is a given. We need to cover up our chest. Women, we have breasts. I get it. Some are busty, some are not busty, but we still need to cover up our chest. If we have a shirt all the way down where our breasts are showing, it's a distraction for the interview, for going to church. But if it's a business attire, it's not the place to have that, period. This is another thing that kind of irked me, but I get it. Skirts. Our skirt should be about 2 inches above the knee and no more. Hello, I got nice legs. I know I do. I know that I wear a little shorter skirt. It looks nice, but not in business. If I'm going to a Hollywood party and I got invited by all my fun friends, I'm going to wear a shorter skirt. But I'm doing business. I cannot wear a short skirt. It is a distraction to the company surrounding, period. So I need to imply and need to make sure we know it's 2 inches above the knee. I feel like I'm in Catholic school again. I used to do that where I could only have 1 inch above the knee. Whatever. The jewelry, okay? Post earring jewelry. I like to wear hoops all the time, but in business, we need to be those little studs with the back part in it. No dangling earrings, so this would be out of sync. 1 ring per hand. Look at that. One. All I have is just the one. This is a true story. I went for an interview for a labor and delivery position back in, 1997 or something. The lady that was interviewing me, true story, had rings on every one of her hands. Ugh. That's how I felt. I'm so sorry. I hope she doesn't hear me saying this. But anyways, I just didn't understand why she would do that. I think that was very non-professional. And a brooch is very classy too. The brooch should be not so tuned up where it takes away from the look of the suit. I know that my mother-in-law gave me a brooch that I wear every Christmas time with my red jacket. It's very pretty. A modest necklace. If we have one chain and a little something dangling, that's nice. But if we have 30 chains coming down, it does not look good professionally. So, shoes. This is another thing with shoes. Cleaned and polished. I'm not good at this. And I remember as a kid growing up, my mother used to polish my shoes every night for school. I just kind of took that for granted that my shoes would always be clean. But now I know I need to take a little rag and clean them. But there's a lot of places where we can get our shoes done, maybe once a month, where you can go get the oil done on the shoes and clean them up. Always fix your heel. Because if you're walking with heels and you hear that spiky noise when you're walking, that is tacky. I don't know why, but I have a hard time with that. So going to a place where they can fix your shoes on the bottom, and it sounds nice. It doesn't look like you're always rushing around, and it just doesn't appear good. Now this is another thing that I have an issue with. Me and my mom debated this for years. Hosiery. Now, I come from a different era where by wearing stockings bothered me. I wore stockings when I was a nurse for years. I wore stockings when I used to work at these clubs when I was in college, and I used to wear stockings all the time. But as I got older, I noticed that stockings weren't as in. But in some business professional buildings, stockings is a must, even on their code of ethics and their clothing, what they want you to wear. It's not they're telling you what to do. They just want to make sure that the dressing for success has a certain code and to wear that. And they should always be nude color or tan colored. That was really hard for me. My mother used to go, "Oh my God, you're not wearing stockings and you're wearing a suit." Mom, relax. I'm not like you. Because she actually worked in a place where she was very professional. She was suited up every day, and she always wore sorry. What did I just say right now? I'm sorry. She always wore stockings, and I was like, "Oh my God, Mom." Anyways, I just kind of got diverted there because I can feel my mother coming through. Woo! Anyways, next thing, grooming. When we are sitting in front of somebody in a business professional setting, our hair needs to be out of our face, period. Nails need to be of natural color. And cologne, please, the cologne. Chill out on the cologne. I understand we want to smell nice, but that's why we take showers. I don't know. Teeth should always be brushed. Common sense. I know that if I'm going into an interview, I need to brush my teeth prior because I just want to make sure that I come across smelling good. Okay, this is another thing that I might get a little wrath from, but I don't care. But this is how business professionals see it. I too myself look at this. Cover your tattoos. I know that a lot of us nowadays do have a tattoo here and there, but if we cover it up in business, it just looks very professional, period. If you're going to go get a job at a tattoo place, I understand that, wear that. But if you're in a different setting, that needs to be covered up. Piercings. One piercing for every earlobe. That just looks nice. If you have 30 up here and you're going in for a professional work, it doesn't work. The way you dress represents you and your business/company. So the way you dress represents you and your business and your company. That is a big thing. One rule of thumb, this is a given, okay? If you ever have a question about an item that you're wearing, knowing that you're going to go out to do business, don't wear it. Because if you're already questioning it in your mind, it's kind of overgoing the boundaries there. Don't wear it. Just don't wear it. Next thing we're going to talk about, colors. What colors represent in a business setting, in an interview, and sitting with a client. Colors. I didn't really understand this. My favorite color in a suit is this blue suit that I had. And I get it now. Let's talk about the color black. Black, authority, power, makes you look thinner. My waist always looks smaller whenever I wear black. But avoiding too much, you must avoid too much of wearing black because it makes you seem unapproachable. I get that. Black gloves, black jacket, black shirt, black pants, black bra, black underwear, I get it. It's okay. Black is nice, but it really doesn't make you look approachable. Gray. The color gray is good for clients and an interview. I can see that. Can you see a gray suit? Whether you have the gray pants, the gray jacket, and a pretty pink blouse. Ooh, that looks pretty. Just the thought of that. But it also shows sophistication and confidence. I like that. I like that. White. The color white. It is great for interviews and business meetings. It also represents simplicity and cleanliness. When I think of a white suit and I think of cleanliness, I think of a woman showering with an Irish bar of soap. I don't know why, it just came to me because it seems so clean. Irish Spring, I don't know. The color red, woo, intense, aggressive. But you also look heavier in the color red. When I usually sit, I am a part of a lot of boards. And I sit with I have a group of men that have their own board. I usually dress in red because I'm with all these aggressive men and I'm just the woman on this board. I come in with the red suit and they're like, wow, wow, wow. I can feel that we can kind of work together and it's not a power struggle. We're just working together. It's an aggressive color. Okay, I get that. Yellow. Yellow to me is playful, but yellow is cheerful and it's an attention getter. It is overpowering if it's overused too much. I get that. Green. Green represents nature, calming and refreshing. Another photo that I see in my head, somebody showering with an Irish Spring bar. Why is that coming to me? I don't know. But when I see that, okay, Lorraine, move on. Dark green also represents a masculine look, conservative, and implies wealth. So if we're looking at these colors, doesn't it kind of make sense? Can you see that happening? Can you see the clothes that you wear with these colors that we just talked about? How it puts that tone off? Oh, I love this. The color blue. I love, 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 love the color blue. That's just me though. It represents the sky. It represents the ocean and peacefulness. And the color blue, listen to this. The color blue produces body calming chemicals. Oh, so if I'm sitting across somebody with high notes of anxiety, I'm giving them and I'm setting off a tone of calming body, calming chemicals. And the color blue symbolizes loyalty and control. That's why I love the color blue, I think. Well, the color purple is royalty, notes luxury, wealth, and sophistication, but not good for an interview color, period. I don't know, it just says that. The color brown, I like brown. I have a really cool looking brown suit that I wear a lot and I like it. And I've even had my professional photos done in my brown suit because I look good with my blonde hair. The brown suit looks good. This is why. Because the brown color is solid, is a reliable color of earth. I love that. And it is abundant in nature. Oh, I love that. Also, it represents being genuine. Ding dong, that's me, genuine. In an interview, it shows stability and promotes communication. That's why I like the color brown on my suit because I can talk it up. It actually encourages communication. I love that. I love it. I love it. Now, we're talking about all these clothes and shoes and all this stuff, but we have an idea now. Okay, if we're going to be shopping for less, or if we're just going to be shopping, period, or saving money, where the heck do we go? Well, I'm just going to throw out some places here. I know if we go to some local stores, such as Penny's, Pennies will always give 50 to 70% off on a suit sale. I've seen that before because my mother gives me the little things, they're like little red cutoffs, and you take them into the store when you buy a suit and you get about 40 to 70% off, which is really cool. There's another place called Burlington Coat Factory. I've never been there since last month, and my daughter Tara, Mom, you have to go. There's a lot of clothes there. I went there thinking that it was going to be a bunch of clothes. I'm sorry, a bunch of coats during the summer. No, it's not. The suits and the blouses are beautiful, and they're like going down from like $70 down to $20 blouses. I love it. There's another place that a lot of women shop when they do business attire, dressing for success. It's a place called Chico's. I love that. I know that they have some very nice women's outfits and suits for all types of apparel, but their business suits are incredible. Steinmart was another shop. I know it closed in our city out here, but they had some really incredible prices and also to their suits. But if you have an eye for fashion, and if you have an eye for the classy look, with not worrying too much about your pocketbook, which I find very hard to do at times too, but there's a clothing line by the name of Doncaster. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Doncaster. There's a lady that I know very well who is a representative for Doncaster, and I love going to her home. She has fashion shows where we can see her clothing. Oh, it is so beautiful. Every time I see somebody wearing one of the clothing line, it's made very nicely. Anyways, I better stop this, but it's a beautiful clothing line. If anybody wants to get in contact with my friend Mary, please leave me a comment and I can hook you up. Because the clothing, just like we talked about, if we're dressing for success and we're dressing for ourselves in a business attire or whatever, our first impressions count. It promotes self-respect. It boosts our self-confidence. It steps us up to overall self-improvement. It will keep you productive. I love that. And it shows your attention to detail. Ugh. Can you imagine wearing a nice suit and feeling all that at once? You're walking out with an increased amount of power, positive power, not power to dominate somewhere. No, it's more about power of a woman and going out to the world and knowing who you are. I love that. So that's it. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I had a lot of notes here. I did some work here. I wanted to make sure that we all had a feeling of dressing for success. One more time, ladies, please put your finger on the red button. Not the red button, the red subscribe button. I would love for you to make a comment and let me know what you think about the show, and do you have any topics that you would like to share with us? I would like to do a topic on anything you want. Let's just say somebody wants to do health and beauty. I'll have a health and beauty. I'll do all the search for that, and I'll make sure we do something. I would love for the comments to come on in. I want to also tell a lady by the name of Hema. She's part of one of my new groups that I'm a part of, and she gave a wonderful comment about my show. I want to say thank you, Emma, so much. You're full so sweet, honey. I honor you. Thank you. Shayna LeRae Savage, thank you for also making a comment. Yes, at every show, I think I'm getting better. I know that when I first did my first show, I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But thank you, Shayna. Yes, I am getting a little bit better. My friend Julia, she's out in Texas. And I want to tell you, honey, I'm wishing you well. And I want you to say, yes, I am very blunt. And I tell it straight out. That's just how I've always been. Thank you for your comment, too, as well. I want to make a shout out, and I really want to shout this to the world, to one of my mentors. Her name is Mary Raywalt. She's my mentor in clothing. I met Mary in one of my Seroptimus group meetings. She was the president at the time. I don't know what year it was, but she was a president at that time, and I just looked at her. I'm not weird or anything. I just thought I wanted to be like her. She always dressed in a suit, or if she toned it down She would wear jeans and a leather jacket she just always looked good. I want to say thank you, Mary, for showing me what to do and what not to do with clothing. And I honor you. You have the best set of clothes that I've always wanted to have from your wardrobe. Thank you very much. Little Lana, I want to tell you I want to say thank you very much for being my support when it comes to the Lori Live show. After every show, she makes a comment to me, and you keep me pushing to do more and to do better. I want to say thank you to my little Lana. You're a nice lady that always makes a comment to me, and I feel really happy to know that I'm also making you smile too as well. Next week, we are going to discuss, this is an ultimate, I need a drum roll, ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. We are going to be talking about next week the benefits of being a grandmother. Oh, is this not an easy subject or what? I don't need to research. I don't need some notes, but I'm going to do some research on a little bit of things just to make sure. The benefits of being a grandmother. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, I love this. I want to make my last good night to somebody. I want to say to my daughters, Tara, Natalie, and Valerie, I love you girls so much. This show is the reason why it's being done, because I want to leave an emotional legacy to you three girls. I love you very much. So I'm closing out. I want to make sure everyone goes to bed with a smile on their face and they wake up with a boost of confidence to know you can take on the day. Don't forget to do your 10 gratitude list, your 5 vibes of love, and I challenge you to do 1 act of kindness per day. This is Lorraine Caros. We were on Lori Live. Thank you for stopping by and talking about business attire, dressing for success. May you never, never be the same. Good night.